All right, good morning, my dears. Today we are going to have the last section of our grammar lesson, which is reported speech. We are going to explain the last section of it. So now just bear with me until I share the presentation with you. Mhm. All right, I believe that you guys have the screen in front of you, but before proceeding with our explanation, we are going to have a quick review in order to follow up regarding the ideas and connect them together. So, regarding the reported speech, we explained the definition of the direct speech and the indirect or the reported speech, and we differentiate between both of them. And then we talked about the reporting verbs, the general reporting verbs, which are say, tell, and ask. And we said that if I don't have an indirect object, I use say. And if I have an indirect object, I use tell, such as here told me, but here I said without an object. We use ask. We said if we want to ask about something or for questions and requests. إذا بدي أطلب أو إذا بدي أسأل أو أستفسر عن إشي. We also talked regarding the pronouns, and we said that we change pronouns regarding the subject of the sentence, And here we have 5 categories of pronouns, which are subject, object, possessive adjectives, possessive pronoun, and reflexive pronouns. Then we went to the tenses and we said that generally, okay, the tense changes one step back in general, but we have exceptions, as we said in here, that the past perfect tense remains unchanged. It will stay as is. So if we have a direct speech sentence and it is in the past perfect tense, it will stay as is. If I want to make it a reported speech sentence, it remains unchanged. Okay. And we also got introduced to some other verbs that will change, okay, if we want to report our sentences. Also, we discussed the category of the adverbs of time and place, and we had a list for the direct speech, and we have another list if I want to make it an indirect speech sentence, such as this, that, yesterday, the other day, the day before, or the previous day, ago, it will become before, etc. We also talked about facts to learn, and we have 2 important facts, which are the first one was regarding the possessive adjectives and pronouns, and we said that they change regarding what? They change regarding the subject that I have. So you have to be extra careful regarding this note, because if you didn't change the possessive adjective or the possessive pronoun regarding to the subject, your sentence will be wrong, and we will take examples regarding that later on. And also we talked about scientific facts in here, and we said that we have 2 options and they are both correct. We either change the tense, so here the sun rises from the east. Rises is the tense, okay? So we either change it one step back and it's in the simple present, so it will become in the simple past, such as the second sentence in here. The teacher said that the sun rose, because rose is the past tense of the verb rise, okay, from the east. Or we can keep it as is. It remains unchanged. ما بتتغير. Such as the first sentence in here, the teacher said that the sun rises from the east. So here our tense, our verb is in the simple present, such as the main or the direct speech sentence in the example. We have reached to reported commands. So now we will start with the reported commands in here and discuss it in greater detail. So please, please, please pay extra attention to me in order to understand the following categories, okay, from the first time. When we say reported commands, when I say commands, I mean by that orders. Orders. I am giving an order to someone. Okay, the teacher is giving an order to students. The boss is giving an order to his employees. The commander, okay, is giving an order for his soldiers. So here we have our rule such as that. When I want to make a reported command, I could use the words order or tell, and they are both correct. But order is stronger than tell. Why? Because I am making a command. I am making a command. And then I'll have my subject and then not, and it is between parentheses. Why? Because we might not insert it if we have it in the positive, but here we put not if our order was in the negative, and we'll explain it later on. And then after our subject, it will take the to infinitive. So it will take the to plus the base form of the verb. Let's have example in order to clarify it more or better. Do your homework. Do your homework. Who's ordering? The teacher, okay, because it is regarding homework. The teacher, and we said that this action or this saying, it happened in the past. So our verb, our reporting verbs in here should be in the past tense. So order, it will become ordered, or if it was tell, it will become told. Okay, so it's either ordered me or told me. Okay, and then we will have this section of our sentence in here, which is to the infinitive, and we didn't insert not. Why? Because my sentence or my order here is in the positive, not in the negative. So to, and my verb here was do. Okay, so I will put it in the base form, which is do, and I will continue my sentence, my homework. Let's look at this pronoun in here. I said my, but here I have it as your. But because the teacher ordered me, so who has the homework? Is it me or you? It's me. So that's why I changed my pronoun, my possessive adjective اللي هي القاعدة اللي هون that I gave you before. Okay, the possessive adjective from your to my in order to be fit in my sentence, and my sentence will be correct. When I change the pronoun from your, okay, your homework into my homework, because the teacher ordered me. The teacher didn't order you, she ordered me. That's why I changed the pronoun. So my new sentence will become, the teacher ordered me to do my homework. So here we changed the pronoun according to the subject that I have, which is me, Let's go to the second example, and it's in the negative. So here we can insert not in here. We can insert not in order for our sentence to be correct. So don't talk to your classmate. This is the order. The teacher ordered me also, and here I inserted not because the teacher said don't do not. So here we have it in the negative form. That's why we inserted not in our new sentence, reported speech sentence, which is the teacher ordered me not, and then I will continue to, and the base form of the verb, which is talk in here, not to, talk to, and here also we change the pronoun from your to my because the teacher ordered me. The teacher didn't order you. So the teacher ordered me not to talk to my classmate. One more time. The teacher ordered me. So if my subject is me in here, I have to change the pronoun, the possessive adjective from your to my in order to be fit in my new sentence. So the teacher ordered me not to talk to my classmate. Let me ask you a question. If here instead of me, if it was the teacher ordered the students or them, تمام, not to talk, what will be the pronoun in here?
There.
يا عيني يا عيني عليكم. Thank you. Yes, there. If it was the teacher ordered us.
Our.
Our. Who is that? Yusuf?
Yeah.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. You're following up with me. Thank you. Yes, you were correct. Thank you, dear. All right. Let's go now to reported requests. From its title, request. So I am asking, I am requesting. بطلب. عمالي أطلب. Okay. Let's look at the rule and explain. I have the subject, the one who is asking, the one who is begging. And I have two words here, the word ask and the word beg. What's the difference between them? Let's have a look at this note. Anyone could ask anyone else to do something. This person, he might have a control over him or her, or he might not. But when I come to the word beg, what's the meaning of beg? Begging. Beg.
زي بترجع.
ايش؟
زي
سمعوني؟
بترجع.
يترجع، يتوسل. Who is that? Is it Noor?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, thank you, dear. Yes. It means واحد عماله بترجع أو بتوسل للثاني. So he might either made something wrong, okay, وعماله بتوسل إنه ما يعاقبه أو إشي زي هيك, or he might have a control over him. يعني في واحد مثلا he is in a position higher than this person. So that's why he is begging him. Okay, and the most probably, okay, الأكثر and most common, people are begging when they did something wrong, okay, and they want the other people to forgive them or to do something not bad for them. That's why beg here is stronger when there is a control or when there is something wrong, when this person did something wrong. Let's explain them in the examples, but after we are done with explaining the rule. So our rule will be the subject, the person who is asking or who is begging, and then the reporting verb, which is ask or beg in the past tense, so it will become asked or begged, and then the noun or the pronoun, the person who is being begged or asked to do something, all right, and then not plus to infinitive, to plus the base form of the verb. Let's have an example. The first one, pay attention, please. Here, please is not for begging. Here, please is for respecting. As in Arabic, okay, when you are asking about something, when you are requesting something, مثلا التيتشر ايش بتحكي للستودنتس؟ لو سمحتوا انتبهوا. معناته أنا مش عمالي أترجاكم إنه أنتوا تنتبهوا. No, but it's a kind of respect while talking. So here, the teacher, let's look at our new sentence, at our reported sentence. The teacher asked the students to pay attention. So here, the teacher is the subject. Asked is my verb in here. Noun or pronoun, it was a noun, the students. And then on, we didn't insert not because it's in the positive, it's not in the negative. So we have to insert just to, here to, and pay is our infinitive verb, our base form of the verb, and then attention. So my new sentence will become the teacher asked the students, or the teacher asked them, because we can replace nouns with the pronouns, to pay attention, to pay attention. Let's look at the second example in here. Don't put me in jail, please. So see the meaning of the sentence in here. Here we have begging. Please, here معناته هو عمله بيترجى. Why? Because there is something wrong. This person, the person who is saying that, he did something wrong. تمام? So here it is better to use the word beg because it means يتوسل than to use the word ask, So let's look at our sentence. The subject here is the thief, and we have the verb, the reporting verb beg in the past, so it will become begged, the thief begged. The police, so here there is someone who has control over the other. Okay, and the sulta, the power, okay? And here we use not because here we have in the direct sentence don't. So we have to use not here, and then to, and the infinitive form of the verb, which is put him in jail. To put him in jail. Why? Because here the thief is reporting about himself. Okay, so here, don't put me. So when I said the thief, it means هون he. تمام؟ الهي هون تغير عنا السبجكت. تغير عنا السبجكت هنا. وشو صار؟ إذا عنا السبجكت as he, so our possessive, our pronoun, our object pronoun will become him. Because the thief, okay, begged the police not to put him in jail. طيب سؤال، إذا كانوا the thieves more than
them.
one begged the police not to put
Them.
Thank you. Okay, if it was I begged the police not to put
Me.
in jail. يا عيني عليكم، يا عيني عليك. Thank you guys. All right. I believe that you guys are fine with the commands and requests. We'll go to the last part in here, which is reported questions. Questions. We know, okay, that in English we have two types of questions, which are the yes/no question and the WH question, or they call it the question word questions, which are who, where, why, when, etc. Right? Now we are going to discuss the reported speech regarding those two kinds. But before that, let's have a look at this note, which is the main point of reporting questions. Let's look at it. We usually introduce reported questions with the verb ask. So what is the reporting verb that we are using? Ask. Why? Because it's a question. Tamam. But the most important part, what will happen to the question when I change it from a direct speech question into an indirect or into a reported speech question? Questions become statements. Questions become statements. One more time, the third time, مش بيحكوا الثالثة ثابتة. This is the most important part of the reported questions. Questions become statements. What do I mean by that? I mean by that the question doesn't remain anymore as a question. السؤال ما بيظل سؤال. السؤال بتحول لستيتمنت. السؤال بتحول لسنتنس. السؤال بتحول لجملة. جملة آخرها نقطة. لما أنا بدي أحول from a direct speech question into an indirect or a reported speech question, the question becomes a statement. السؤال يتحول لجملة عادية ما بيظله سؤال. We have two types of questions as we said before, reported yes no question and reported question word or the WH questions. Let's discuss the first type first. We introduced reported yes no questions with ask. This is the rule. This is the rule. Ask plus if or whether because they give the same meaning, and then we will change our question into a statement. See this example. The direct question that we have, she asked, هي سألت, do you like pizza? Do you like pizza? Let's look at this sentence or this question. My bad. What tense is it? What tense?
Present simple.
Present simple. يعني عليكم. It's do you like pizza? It's in the present simple tense. Okay, let's change it to the indirect question or to a reported speech question. She asked. Let's go to the rule. She asked, and it's in the past, okay? And I insert if or whether. They are both right. So she asked if or she asked whether. And here, let's look at our new sentence in here. Do you like milk? I might here insert me, okay, or insert him, or insert anything, and I will change my pronoun. If it is nothing in here, and the question is for you, do you like pizza? So I inserted I in here, I, and then I went with the tense one step back. So if I have it in the simple present, what it will become?
Past simple.
In the simple past. Thank you, dear. يعني عليك. Yes. So do you like? It will become I liked, and then I put pizza. So let's look how it changed in here. She and asked if I liked pizza. And that's it. Here we have to insert a full stop, not a question mark because it's not a question anymore. She asked whether I liked pizza. هي سألتني إذا أنا بحب البيتزا. That's it. Okay, so questions will become statements. Questions will become statements. Let's go to the question word. Let's have a look at the rule. We introduced the reported question word or WH questions with ask, okay, the same, but here we do not insert if or whether, we insert the question word itself. So if I have where, I will insert where. If I have when, I will insert when. If I have what, I will put what. Let's have an example, and then, okay, we will proceed with our question and make it into a statement. She asked, where do you live? What tense is it?
Present simple.
Present simple. It's also present simple. Where, okay, remember the question here. Where do you live? Where do you live? And it's in the present simple. Let's have it in the reported speech sentence in here. Indirect question. شو بدها تصير؟ خليني أكبرها شوي عشان تشوفوا. Okay. Indirect question. She asked me, okay, where I insert the WH word, which I had in the question previously. And what tense is that?
Simple past.
Simple past. So it will go one step back, and I will change the question into a statement. So it will become, she asked me where I lived, and I put a full stop at the end. She asked me where I lived. Because my direct question was, where do you live? صح? Do you guys remember? Where do you live? It is in the simple present. And when I want to make it an indirect question or a reported speech question, she asked me where, and I changed the question into a statement where I lived, and I insert a full stop at the end of my sentence. Here, there is another note. If I have my question in the simple past, our new sentence or our reported question will be or will have this rule, which is ask plus the question word plus I have to insert had plus the past participle of the verb always. دائما دائما. اوكي اذا عندي in the past شو بعمل؟ بستخدم this rule. I will use this rule in order to report it. So it will be ask in the past, then the question word that I have, either where, when, etc., plus had, plus the past participle. And let's have an example. She asked, where did you live before? So here we have the question in the past tense. Did you? Where did you? I didn't say where do you live. I said where did you live before. So if I want to report this question and it's in the past, I have to use this rule, which is she asked me, okay, or without me, that's okay. She asked where, and I, okay, had, and the past participle of live is live, where I had lived, where I had lived. Let's look at the last part in here. We said that we generally, okay, report sentences, statements, commands, etc. with the three reporting verbs, which are say, tell, or ask. But here, apart from the verbs say, tell, or ask, we can also use other verbs to report what someone says more accurately. So if we want to specify, if we want to tell you the main goal, if we want to have extra information, we can use these verbs in here instead of the verbs say, tell, or ask. What are these verbs? Let's take a look at them and know their meaning in order to understand how to use them. يلا, with me. What's the meaning of decide?
يقرر.
قرر.
يعني refuse. يرفض. Thank you. Offer.
يعرض.
يعرض. Promise.
يوعد.
يعد. Yes. يوعد. Advice.
نصيحة.
ينصح.
ينصح. Thank you. Remind.
يذكر.
يذكر. Deny.
ينهي.
ينفي. يرفض. ينفي. Yes. ينكر. Suggest.
يقترح.
يقترح. Apologize.
يعتذر.
يعتذر. Insist.
يصر.
يصر. Thank you. Accuse.
يتهم.
يتهم. Congratulate.
يهنئ.
يهنئ. يعني عليكي. Thank you. That was نور.
No, Joanne teacher. And Noor.
Juan. Thank you. Juan and Noor. Thank you, dear. So, okay. And thank you, Yusuf, كمان. تمام. All right. So now we know the meaning of them. So we can know what is the purpose of our sentence, what is the purpose of our reported speech verbs in here. Let's take a look at them. Here it is all about rules. So the first four verbs in here, which are decide, refuse, offer, promise. When I want to change my sentence from a direct to a reported speech, I have to use this rule, which is we are having the verb, okay, in the past, plus the full infinitive, يعني to, plus the base form of the verb. Let's have an example in here. One of the words in here. Okay, let's take decide. I think I'll buy a newspaper, he said. If I want to report it, I put instead of he said, I have to use he decide. So he decided, and the full infinitive, which is to buy a newspaper. Let's take a look at refuse because it's in the negative. I won't buy you a newspaper. Here, because we have won't, will not, which is an abbreviation for will not, I use the word refuse. It is more accurate than using say or than using tell. So refuse is more accurate in here. So I could say he refused, okay, in the past to and full infinitive and to and the base form of the verb, which is buy, to buy me a newspaper. Let's go to the second two verbs in here, which are advise and remind. Here is our rule for it. Verb plus object plus full infinitive. So if I have here advice, if I were you, I'd buy a newspaper. I am advising someone. He advised me, okay, أعطاني نصيحة to, and that is full infinitive. So the difference between them, that this one has an object, this one it doesn't have an object before the full infinitive. Before the full infinitive. Here we have an object, but it is after the full infinitive. Okay, but here it's before the full infinitive. Let's go to the other group in here, which is the rule verb plus gerund ing with the two verbs deny and suggest. So here, I didn't take your newspaper. He denied, and then the gerund, which is take and ing taking my newspaper. Let's go to the next group. Verb plus preposition plus gerund ing. Apologize for. I am sorry, I took your newspaper. He apologized, and the preposition is for, and the gerund is taking my newspaper. And the last group in here, our verb, which is accuse or congratulate, plus the object, which is somebody here, plus the preposition, plus our gerund, which is I am sure you took my newspaper. Let's have a look at this. He accused in the past somebody, which was me, okay, which is the object in here, of, which is our preposition in here, taking, which is our gerund in here, taking his newspaper. So it will be he accused me of taking his newspaper, and the other example is such as that. With that, we will be done with explaining our lesson regarding the reported speech. I will handle you a homework. I will assign you a homework, which is a worksheet, in order to do it for the couple 2 days, the couple coming 2 days. It will be due on Sunday at night, so we can discuss it together on Monday. We will discuss it together on Monday, tamam, in order to check your understanding regarding the lesson. And please revise what we took today. And if you guys have any question, please ask me in order to be able to solve your worksheet and to be easy for us to discuss it together on Monday's class. For the meanwhile, you guys go to your next class. You guys have a nice weekend and stay safe.